Hi friends, I'm Crystal Sullivan. Welcome to our home and welcome to my yoga and meditation space in our home. I was sitting here today and just feeling really emotional and agitated, and I asked myself the question, what can I do today to be helpful? And so it dawned on me that maybe I could create some online practice sessions, 25, 30 minutes, where we stay in community together as best we can while we're apart. And so I thought I would start tonight with an all levels practice, and intended for those who have a little bit of working knowledge about yoga, certainly hoping that you have medical clearance and no medical restrictions. And we'll do a little bit of breath work and a little bit of movement and practice being still for a few minutes. And we'll see where this leads. And maybe tomorrow or in the next few days, I'll create a little chair sequence, and we'll see what happens. So with that being said, let's just practice together. We'll begin with a little bit of breath work. And so you can sit up nice and tall and just take a moment to just notice how things are for you in this moment. Notice how your body feels, whether or not you're feeling energized or not. And certainly notice your mind and how that is active or not in this moment. And after 25 or 30 minutes, we'll check in again and see how and if these practices have shifted things a little bit for you. I know they certainly shift things for me, especially in the realm of anxiety. And so come to a nice tall seated posture, and you can keep your eyes open, you can close them, and just start to tune in with your breath. Noticing whether it's rapid or slow. Noticing whether it's deep or shallow. And then slowly just starting to deepen it. As you inhale, you'll feel your abdomen press forward, ideally. And as you exhale, the abdomen will draw back in toward the spine. Inhale, abdomen forward. And then exhale, good. Draw the navel back in. As you inhale, notice your belly press forward and your ribs expand outward. And as you exhale, everything again comes right back to center. Inhale, abdomen forward, ribs outward. Exhale, right back to center. As you inhale, your navel presses forward, your ribs outward, and then the collarbones rise and broaden. Everything exhales back to center. Optimally, keep going. You're breathing in and out of the nostrils. If you prefer to breathe by mouth, totally acceptable as well. The idea is to slow the breath's pace a little bit, at the same time expanding a little more fully into the breath. And with time and practice, really intended to tip the scales in favor of rest and digest. There's fight or flight or freeze. There's rest and digest. And right now, it's kind of like this, and usually it's kind of like this. And the breath and the practices help to bring balance. We need them both. They just have to be in balance with each other. Take 3 more slow, deep breaths. Great. We'll add on a little bit of movement. Again, with a nice tall spine and the hands on the fronts of the knees, we'll inhale and extend the low back, and as you exhale, round the spine and tuck your chin. As you inhale, extend and maybe bring the gaze up a bit, and as you exhale, round the spine, tuck your chin. Couple of rounds here. As your spine starts to warm, you can go a little bit deeper into the end range of motion. The first tenet of yoga is compassion. So every sensation you create in your practice, let it feel helpful. And if it hurts in any way, there's information to back off a bit. Great. Let's bring the hands alongside the body. And as you inhale, sweep your right arm high and exhale into the side bend. And so we're just going to flow with breath. Inhale as you reach up and exhale into the side bend. Great job. Couple of rounds here. Notice, is there more sensation on one side? Is one side tighter than the other? It's all really important sensations to look at. I certainly want to speed things up, so it's just great to remind yourself to keep it slow and mindful. Inhale, sweep your arms high, and as you exhale, twist your body to the right. Inhale, sweep your arms high, and exhale, twist to the left. Good. Let's do that one more time each side. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, right. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, left. Inhale, sweep your arms high, and as you exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Great job. Let's make our way through all fours. And curling your toes under. Unweight your knees, and let's come right up and into a standing forward fold. There's a nice bend in the knees as you rest your belly on your thighs. Let your head relax, and slowly walk your hands up your shins to about your hip creases, and with a nice flat back, inhale your body up and come to standing. And so we spend a lot of time in yoga actually talking about the way that we stand. Our very important foundational posture is mountain pose or Tadasana. And in it, we find postural alignment, but also an internal sense of stature. Start with the feet, relax your toes, and just let the four corners of your feet press down. And just feel your legs, your core start to activate. Let your shoulders rest away from your ears as you extend through the fingers and rise through the crown. Great. It just dawned on me. I think I'm going to keep this really gentle tonight. Check your posture and notice the way you usually stand. It's kind of like slouchy and asymmetric. Now, once again, find your mountain pose. Feel the difference, Our general stance is one where the eyes are kind of looking down and we're not really engaged with the world. But when we find our posture and our stature, we're ready to meet people eye to eye and see them, really see them. So, take a breath here. And on your next inhalation, sweep your arms high. And let's take the right wrist over to the left. And inhale high and over to the right. Inhale. Maybe there's a gentle back bend. And exhale your hands right back to heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale your arms high. Take the right wrist. Side bend to the left. And inhale back up. And over to the right, and back up, and take your hands through heart center. So once again, come back to your posture, your mountain pose. Inhale your arms high, and as you exhale, float forward. Inhale halfway up, hello. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. And exhale your hands to heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. Big breath in. Float forward. Halfway up. Forward fold. Once again. Inhale as you rise. Hands through heart center. Once again. Big breath in. Float forward. Rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale your hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms high and float forward. Let's all rise halfway up, plant your hands, and step to a knee down plank. Great. So take a deep breath in and find strength in the core as you slowly exhale and lower. Let your nose before belly hit the floor. Elbows tucked in, pointing to the rear of the room. Inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, pull your hips back. So some of you may send the hips all the way back to child pose or stay in puppy with the hips over the knees. And you might want to rise up and into down dog. Start with bent knees, straight spine, and then one at a time, let your heels paddle toward the floor. Remember, you can be in child, you can be in puppy, or you can be in down dog. Let your head relax. Take a deep breath in and let a long breath out. Inhale your gaze forward and exhale, feet to hands. Take it a super slow rise, halfway, high. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep your arms high and float forward. We'll rise halfway and plant your hands and step once again to a knee down plank. Add a breath and a slow controlled descent. Inhale through the back bend and again, child, puppy, or down dog for 5 breaths. You can move here, but you can also choose to be very still. Whatever you need. We'll inhale the gaze forward and exhale once again, feet to hands. Inhale halfway up and float forward. And inhale, sweep the arms high, adjust the yoga clothes, and bring your hands to heart center. Good. Let's do one more round, except I'm going to let you do so silently. This way here. You can invite any movement that would feel helpful. Lower. Take 5 breaths. Child, puppy, or dog. Inhale, fold your gaze forward and exhale your feet to your hands. We'll rise halfway and forward fold. Inhale all the way up and bring your hands to heart center. Bring one to your heart and one to the abdomen and just take a moment and notice how things are. Maybe you'll notice your heart rate's accelerated a bit or you're sweating a bit. Totally normal responses. Maybe you notice something else that's changed for you. So once again, let's come back to mountain pose. Inhale your arms high and one more side bend to the left. And inhale your arms high and a side bend to the right. Up, maybe a back bend, and bring your hands to heart center. And so one balance posture before we make our way back to the floor. Kickstand the right foot. And maybe lift your toes and find tree, or you can bring the foot to the shin. You can bring the heel high into the thigh if that feels helpful. And if you fall out, you fall right back in. And even here we find the stability of mountain pose. A slow deep breath. A fixed gaze. And trust in our ability to maintain uprightness even in these challenging times. Maybe outstretch the arms. Take a deep breath in and then exhale as you come right back. Take a moment to be still, to try and not fix anything, to try and not fidget. And to bring your hands to heart center and kickstand the opposite foot. And find your stage here that feels appropriate. Feel the strength of the standing leg. And then you can keep the hands pressed, or you can outstretch the arms wide. And breathe. Perfect. You are perfect. Bring your hands back to heart center. Inhale as you sweep your arms high. Take a forward fold. And just take a moment here. This is Uttanasana. Standing forward fold. Maybe you take opposite elbow and opposite hand. And slowly we'll come in through a squat and have a seat. And outstretch the right leg. Left leg bent. Tall spine. Maybe a soft bend in the right leg. Inhale your arms high. And let's take the forward fold. Keep the heart leading here. Low back, nice and straight. And once again, just come back to your breath. If you work too hard in yoga, you risk injury. And if you don't work hard enough, it gets a little boring. So you really want to find that edge. A little bit of comfort is that place where we grow and change. So be okay with a little bit of sensation. And another deep breath in. And a very long breath out. And another deep breath in. And a very long breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Perfect. Inhale slowly up. Let's take the right leg. That's the left leg. Up and cross it over the right. And with a nice tall spine, take the right arm high and then just hook it. And tent the left fingertips behind you. Sit nice and tall and just gently exhale into the twist. Inhale, length. And exhale gently into the twist. And when you find your end range, come back to your breath. Shoulders rest away from the ears. Your face is relaxed. And then we'll come back through center and gently counter twist to the opposite side. Back through center and outstretch the left leg. Let's draw the right up, out to the side. Tall spine. Arms outstretched high, and we'll lead with the heart and fold forward. And interesting to notice how this side feels a little bit differently, totally normal. My intention is to keep these very user-friendly because yoga is for everybody, should be accessible to everybody, so we won't be using any fancy props in any of these, and I'll keep it all really accessible. Lead with your heart, take a deep breath in, and fold just a little bit deeper into the stretch. Just the right amount of sensation. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale right back up. We'll take the right knee up, cross it over. Tall spine, left arm high, and then hook it. Right fingertips behind you. Take a deep breath in and gently, gently twist to the right. We'll inhale back through center. Gently twist to the left. And we'll inhale right back through center. Straighten both legs. Sit nice and tall. And once again, we'll just lead with the heart and fold, walking the hands forward. There's a lot of sensation when we put the hamstrings in their optimal line of stretch. So just bear with it, breathe with it. One of the lessons of yoga is learning how to abide with whatever is happening in this moment, whether we perceive it to be like an intense sensation of stretch or an intense situation out there or something really pleasant. And it's all very impermanent, and to just be with what comes up and trust that it's all going to pass. I believe it's all going to pass. Take a deep breath in and let a long breath out. Good. Let's take one more pose together. Bring the soles of your feet together. And once again, with a nice tall spine, we'll just lead with the heart and just create a little sensation in the hips. Take a deep breath in and let a long breath out. And then we'll come right up. The final portion of our practice is called Shavasana. It's a moment of integration. It's a moment of rest. And all you need to do is lay back, be comfortable, be warm. You can prop with a pillow. I'm going to mind the time. And what I would say is let this work just settle in. And so feel free to lay back. I'm going to sit up here. I'm going to mind the time for several minutes, and I want you to just rest. You did a great job. Oh, and this really is the most important part, one of the most important parts, so do your best to not shortchange this moment of quiet. Okay, now you can rest. You can start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, circle your wrists and your ankles. And one at a time, gently draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. And a careful roll onto the side of your preference. And a nice, easy press up back to easy sitting posture. The true culminating posture of yoga is meditation. And so again, now that we've taken the time to rest and to let our work integrate, we'll take a moment to connect with the part of us that is and lies beneath the body, the energy, and the mind, and the part of us that is at peace and knows that all of these struggles are impermanent and that all is well, because all truly is well. You can bring your thumb and your forefinger together in Gyan Mudra, right here, typical posture we're used to seeing. And with a nice tall spine, once again, you can watch the breath as it enters and exits. You can call to mind an image or an inner affirmation or mantra. And when your mind wanders, just keep coming back to whatever it is that yokes you to this precious present moment. I'll mind the time. We'll sit for 1 minute together. You can bring your hands to heart center and offer a gentle reflective bow in the direction of your own heart. These practices tell us that no effort is ever wasted, and so as simple as a 20 or so minute practice may seem, that it is going to cultivate change on some level of our being. I'm grateful that you've shared your time with me. I pray it helps in some small way. I bow to you all, and I'm very, very grateful in this moment. Namaste. We'll see you again real soon. Thank you for joining me.